to Ask Sue London. This is the show that helps people and pets cope, heal, and move forward. I'm your host, Sue London, and I am so excited that you have joined this call today because we have got the most wonderful person on the show today. She's a dear friend of mine. She's so knowledgeable. She's so gifted. She's an amazing healer and so much more as you're going to see as we talk today. Now, her name is Aimee Jenesse. And like I said, that meant to be when you meet, there's always a reason. And this girl is just such a dear person, holds a dear part in my life. Now that I've like really given her like a real red complexion and really talked about her, you're wondering who she is. So without any further delay, let me bring her on because we're going to fill up this show longer. I know this. Aimee, welcome to my show. I am so excited to have you here.
Thank you, Sue, for having me. I really appreciate this. This is so exciting.
Well, and like you and I are so like linked, right? And on the weekend, we just to kind of let everybody know what happens in Aimee and Sue world is that we hear something and you never know where the guidance is going to come. And while she's getting a message at her end, what day was that? Saturday? It was Saturday?
Saturday, yeah.
That was just a couple of days ago.
2 days
And
ago.
so I said to my husband Ross that I said we need to go, and go see Aimee, and we got to take her my latest magazine cover photo and edition and stuff like that. And so, and then, we walk in, the name is like, I asked for this and look who comes in. And so why I'm telling you all watching this segment is because this is what I want to encourage you all to do. Now, we've got a lot of things happening in the world right now. And why I specifically wanted to bring Aimee on for us to have the conversation is because on April the 8th, we have a solar eclipse happening. And there is a lot of pets and people that are really struggling. There's stuff happening they don't understand. So, the whole purpose of this episode is to help you be informed and understand what's happening to your pets, what's happening to people. And then, after we tell you stuff, then Aimee's also going to tell you, what's going to happen after the eclipse unfolds and where we're heading. Um, Sound good? Sound good, Aimee?
Sounds
We're good for
great.
this?
Sounds
Okay,
great.
so before we start doing that, I want to just tell everyone that I do have some upcoming events coming up. The first one is actually a week from a Tuesday. So that is on April the 9th. I'm doing an Ask Sue London live event. And this particular talk, is about pets' past lives. So you can send me a picture of your pet, whether it's alive or crossed over, with one question, and I will answer that. And we're focusing on pets' past lives on that topic. But if you have other questions in that, you can also ask me. And I do this on the second and fourth Tuesday every month. It's free. So it's just another way for you to get help with whatever you need. Okay, so that's happening. And you have to register. So you go to my website, asksuelondon.com, and you'll see it on the homepage that it'll give you the details. Just hit that link and then you'll register. And then also I've got upcoming training. People are asking when the next training is going to be. And the Reiki training is happening on May 13th and 14th. And that's level 1 Reiki that is covering the training for working on people and pets and our planet. So you can see the details to register for that as well. It's a limited number. All of these things are done online through Zoom. So anywhere around the world can join me. Okay. So again, the website, asksuelondon.com. Okay, let's get into it, Aimee. All
Okay.
right, tell everybody what they're feeling and why they're feeling it.
Okay, so we do have this eclipse coming up on April the 8th, and everyone's saying, oh, what's so great about this eclipse? There's eclipses every year, but eclipses don't normally happen over land because, of course, the world is 70% water, so we don't notice them. This one on the 8th is very important because it's part of a bigger eclipse cycle. But anyway, you may have noticed that over the past few months, you've been feeling a heaviness, an anticipation, anxiety, doubt, confusion. Solar eclipses tend to bring in chaos. Any kind of eclipse brings in chaos, and it builds and it builds and it builds. And then the eclipse comes, and it's like a relief valve kind of thing. And of course, our animals are the ones who notice it the most because
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't have any fear. They don't have any of that. So they notice everything extremely, they're very, very sensitive. And you know that, Sue.
Yeah.
Like, how have your dogs been?
Oh my gosh, Buddy. He's okay. So but you know our dogs, right? And
Yes.
so here's Buddy, like, rescue boy. We've got him really good. He knows when Mummy's going to work that their bed's beside us. When I put his leash on him just so that he can't start playing, he knows that that's okay, Mummy, it's time to work. He's quiet. Last week he was howling. I had to hold him on my knee and apologize to the client. And they were like, my dog is doing that. Cats are trying to climb out windows. It's craziness. I have been going 24/7 for a week and a half or so, right? Because, I'll share what's happening with the pets. But you and I know we're both really busy right now,
Yeah.
but that's what our destiny is to help people and pets through this at this time and place in the world, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
And we all think everything is so negative. Any kind of change is negative because as
yeah,
people, we have fear. So we fear the unknown, right?
right,
But
right.
the world's not coming to an end.
No.
Nothing bad is going to happen. Um, Now, the effects of this energy, because we are in the path of totality, right? In our
Right.
area, we're in well, I'm in Fonthill, Ontario, Canada, but it
Okay.
goes right through. It's a very long path. The people in the path of totality feel it the absolute strongest. So
Mhm.
that's why, especially around here, things are crazy. We have so many people coming to the area, and I think that's where people are getting confused. It's just there's a lot of people coming. So, make sure you have your food and your gas. Not because the world is coming to an end, just
Yeah.
because we're having a million extra people here. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But with us being in the path of totality, boy, it's going to be extremely strong. The effects are
Mhm.
going to be extremely strong. Um,
Mhm.
what this eclipse is ushering in is a period of cooperation, a
Mhm.
period of working together, getting to know
Mhm.
our spirituality and ourselves, and healing.
Mhm.
Healing is very, very important. But we really need to know about patience because we're not going to wake up on April 9th and all of a sudden the world is this fabulous place to live in. Like spirit has patience with us. So let's have
Right.
some patience with spirit. We have to
Right.
deserve this.
Yeah.
So, of course, we all want to know what is going to happen, right?
Right. Yeah.
And basically, we need to, like I said, we're entering an extended period of time of cooperation worldwide. That
Mhm.
always takes time because people people aren't that great
Right.
sometimes. But this eclipse is basically a sweeping away of all of those low vibrational energies to allow the higher vibrational energies to take place
Mhm.
to overcome everything.
Mhm.
And even the people who aren't spiritual or don't understand, I
Mhm.
do kind of feel bad for them because they don't understand what they're feeling. But this is a
Right.
great time to get in touch with those feelings that we have and how to
Right.
harness them.
Right.
Um, you know, even if you don't think that you're empathic,
Mhm.
you're feeling all of this chaos and
Mhm.
you don't know what to do with it. Just have a mindful moment. Try some meditation. That always helps. And it just raises your vibration. And that's what this eclipse is
Yeah.
really about, raising our vibration and
Yeah.
getting that chaotic energy out of us, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And so, like, I've been telling people, put on relaxing music. peaceful, calm music. In your space, watch the put on 432 frequency music,
Yeah.
clear that, open your windows. Because like for the pet's sake, they're feeling the owner stuff. They're feeling the world. Well, everyone's, enjoying Easter and eating their chocolates and all that. I was 24/7 helping specifically cats because the cats are so empathic. And I mean, you've got a cat, right, Amy? We talked about your
Dexter,
cat.
I have Dexter, and he
Yeah.
has been absolutely crazy, crazy
Yeah.
the past couple months. He's like
Yeah.
goes nonstop and then he crashes really hard.
Yeah. Well, and it's true. And this is where like, I know what's happening to the pets. And like yesterday, well, I was telling you earlier that I just knew that I had to get by the water because water's really good for us. And I had to get movement in me. And I had to get movement in my two boys, Marley and Buddy, our dogs. And I did not realize we were down there for 3.5 hours. And Buddy was even like, he's a puppy. Like, why I, wanted to get the movement for him is because he's feeling everything. And he's like, I don't want to say a chicken with his head cut off, but running around like that, doing crazy things. And he's just like, he's got so much energy in him, like a top, just constantly going. And so I knew like I had to get him by the water for that energy of the water, and I had to have the movement for him. And like when he got in the car, he just crashed. And then we got home. I had to literally lift both the dogs up on our bed. And then this morning, like they were just laying there and they were like, do I have to get up? But like we're feeling in our bodies the tiredness and
Oh, it's
the
crazy.
like dragginess and oh my gosh, and the aches and all this different stuff. Our pets are feeling that as well. And like on the weekend, I had so many calls from people saying, my cat's doing this. And it was all specifically cats. I think there was like 8 cats that I had to help. And they were going to their vets, some of them, and the vets were like, I don't know what's wrong. Well, maybe we should put it down. And then I was grateful they found me and I just did a clearing on them. And then they were okay. But I gave the owner the homework, the peace, the calmness, watch yourself, your thoughts, your words, your feelings kind of thing. Right.
Yeah.
Um,
They absorb
so
everything.
Right? And this is where this is really a great thing that's happening in my mind, like you're saying, because it's making people become aware of, how they're feeling. And for my case, like I work with the pets, I work with the owners too, but like where you specialize more with people, right?
Yes.
I'm like wanting to show the owner, like, this is what your stuff is doing to your pet. We need to get you sorted out so we can help your pet, right?
Yes.
And then,
Yes.
like, so what are you telling people specifically as homework to do? Like, rest,
So,
what kind of things?
yeah, so here's the things that we can do when
Yeah.
things get crazy. We can meditate.
Mhm.
We can just have a mindful moment. Everyone thinks meditating is very daunting. We have to
Oh, I
sit
know.
there and we
See
have
the
to
eyes start rolling.
empty our minds, and who can do that? I certainly
Yeah.
cannot do that. So I prefer to call it a mindful moment where we're
Okay.
just getting in touch with our feelings. We are
Yeah.
absorbing the energy around us, understanding the
Mhm.
energy, and
Mhm.
only keeping what we need, because as people we
Mhm.
hoard. We have things
Yes. Yeah.
everywhere. We have things in our house. We hoard everything, and we do that with our
Yeah.
energies, and some of that
Yeah.
energy is not ours to keep.
Right.
So it's coming from other people. So just, I always tell people, just take a minute, sit
Mhm.
with it, and if that's not yours, just let it run through you and let it go. And everyone
Mhm.
hates that saying, let it go.
I know. Let it go, let God, let go and let God, right?
Right, right, yeah, just you can keep what you need to keep, but there's
Right.
so many things that we don't. They're not our feelings, they're not our emotions, they're not our
Mhm.
energies, so we don't need
Mhm.
to keep those. So don't
Right.
hoard them.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. You don't need to take on everything from everybody else. You just let it run through you, and you'll
Yeah.
find you're more centered and more peaceful
Mhm.
that way,
Mhm.
because you're
Well,
not hanging on to stuff.
A- And I don't know if things are changing for you physically or emotionally. I find for me, like I feel like I'm bursting with love, internal love, like more. And you know the crazy thing, I think you know about my health. Like years ago, I had Crohn's disease. If you're new to the show, years ago, I had Crohn's disease and I have crossed over twice. And the second time, my intestine had burst and I lost 3 feet. I did go on to change my path and I cleared and healed Crohn's disease, but I was never, because of losing that 3 feet of intestine, ever able to eat like lettuce, salads. But what's interesting for me now is I, every day now, can eat lettuce and
Ah,
have salads. This is what this energy is doing to me. And like, I'm like a crazy woman. Like, some people want chocolates. I want my salad with my organic chicken on it. And so this is like the greatest gift that I could get from all of this. And like the love, and like Ross is like, boy, are you ever loving more than normal? And not like romantic love, but it's like, I'm like, I find I'm telling everybody like I love you, but I've always done that. But it's more like at a deeper love. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do, absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So, I mean, are you finding you're experiencing like crazy stuff like Sue London here is?
Oh, yes, yes. It's, I'm seeing things. I'm getting so many messages. It is just
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
I do feel that my vibration is rising, and I
Yeah.
feel the need to be around water all the time.
Me too.
And
Yeah.
I'm very lucky that I get to see water almost every day. And
Yes.
so the people who don't, I suggest, get a fountain, get anything, but water, because water holds energy, and water brings energy, and it's a flow, and it helps it flow through us. It's so, so important.
Yeah.
And we're very blessed to have the Niagara Falls right near us, because that
Oh,
is
right. Yeah.
so strong. And so, like, have you ever stood by there and just felt the vibration of the falls go through you? It
Mhm.
really is a mind-blowing experience, just to mindfully listen and feel it.
And I want to add to this because you and I know what's happening in our area, but I want, if you're watching this thinking, I'm going to go to Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada on what is it, this April the 8th? Don't go,
Don't do it.
because they've got millions coming and all their hotels are booked solid and their prices have really risen over this.
It has
So
gone
I
crazy.
encourage you, don't pick that day to go because they, like you said earlier, they are already talking about running out of product because there's so many coming to the
Yeah.
area, right?
Gas, traffic, food,
Yeah.
restaurants, all of that. Yeah. You don't do it. Don't do it.
Right. So wait and wait a week or so, then
Yeah.
come back and come back and see us. And
Yes,
we're
yes.
happy to
Not
have
not for
you.
the eclipse. Not for the eclipse, that's for sure.
Right, right. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Like I have to be at the water every day. And I actually mark it in my calendar on my phone when that time is, because that's an important part of what I need to do for my well-being and
Yes.
the energy and everything that I go through.
Yeah.
But
And if you
yeah,
can't
it's just
if you can't get to water, take a
yeah.
bath.
Yes. Now, what's really interesting, what I've seen people tell me is a lot of new houses now are being built without bathtubs.
Yes, because it
Interesting,
is a
right?
space saver. A
Right?
shower works just as well, or soak your feet in water.
Right.
Just make
Yeah.
sure you have water around you, and
Right.
you're having your mindful moment or your meditation while you're attached to the water,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that
Oh, that's
energy will
great.
flow through you. Yeah.
Yeah. And like the same thing, like you may find too, like from my end about the pets, that when you're meditating, you can literally watch your pet will calm down when you calm down. And like I'm having many pets tell me, I feel sick, I feel dizzy, and help my mom or help my dad, or and so, but and I get it. If this is new for you, that's why we're doing this episode today, to make you mindful of what your thoughts, your words, your feelings are doing. Watch where you go. There's energy that are good in some areas, and there's energy that's not good in some areas.
Yes.
And, we talked about that on the weekend, right? Some of the places where we won't visit, locally. And I'm not saying any names. We're not going to do that. We don't do that on my show. But you have to be mindful, if you don't feel right about going somewhere, be mindful, and there's a reason for that. Just like if your pet starts barking crazy at someone, don't give them heck, because they're feeling that energy from that person and they're protecting you. And just
Yeah.
like, I see it too much. Well, behave, behave. And I see the energy that of they're trying to protect, and I can feel that, and I need to take a step back.
Yeah.
So these are things to watch for. So, like, what do you think is? We're going to go through the eclipse that day. What do you think that the eighth is going to be like? Do you feel? I know we talked about. I think they're saying like it's supposed to be cloudy, but I mean, I know you were hearing, well, don't worry about it. Like,
Yeah. I
whatever's going
am
to happen, right?
I'm absolutely not worried about the weather on
Mm,
April 8th. I do believe that we're going to see the eclipse without any problems. There's not going to be any rain, maybe a bit cloudy, but that's
mm,
going to clear up when the eclipse comes through. The energy of the eclipse is so strong; it's just going to
mm,
push all of that away, and
yeah,
it's so important. This eclipse is just so important. And then we were talking about things that we could do during the eclipse.
yeah,
Obviously, we have to be safe and wear our glasses and not look at the
yeah,
eclipse.
yeah.
Um, and it's because it is, the spirit, the universe is giving us a gift. So I do recommend actually watching the totality of the eclipse.
You do, eh? Yeah.
I do, just because
Okay.
it's a gift that's being given to us. It's like
Yeah.
fireworks. It's like,
Yeah.
here, this is your prize. I'm giving you a
Mm-hmm.
gift.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't want to turn away from a gift, right? So I
Right.
feel that it's very
Right.
important that we do actually see it,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
But that's only 4 minutes.
Yep.
So we have this energy going on throughout the whole thing. I believe it's like 4 hours long that the eclipse takes. So
I
you
think
can do
so.
some manifesting. Oh my gosh, this energy is so good for
Mm-hmm.
manifesting.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And when you're
Mm-hmm.
manifesting, make sure you don't put that but in it. So it's like
Yes.
I want this job, and help me get this job, but how am I going to find the time to do it? How, because
Yeah.
then you're manifesting negative things. And
Right.
like I said, it's a very powerful manifesting energy. So make sure you're manifesting the proper thing, not the bad thing. Okay.
And it's funny you're saying that, because I can manifest easily. And I find, like, every day I ask, my pets or my loved ones or my angels, what it is I need or whatever. And I'm literally now thinking it, and it's happening. And that day of the eclipse, I was supposed to be teaching, and I was supposed to have things happening. And I thought, no, you know what? This is a day where a lot of pets are going to need me. And
Yes.
so I literally will be sitting that day, and I will be giving healings to all the pets in the world. So if you are concerned about your pet, your pet will be getting a healing, because I'm incorporating all the pets and the animals. And so where was I going? I just lost my whole thought. How professional is this? Um, but oh my gosh. Oh my
Happens all
gosh,
the
what
time.
was I saying? It mustn't have been important, but yeah, so I'm going to be doing this.
Yeah.
Um, I just lost my thought, but oh no, so I know what I was going to say. So,
Okay.
anyways, what happened? Welcome to Zoo London World. Um, but what is happening is that um I get the thought, and it happens. And that's what happened for that day. That all of a sudden I had the thought, and all of a sudden my phone started going. I have this come up. I can't do this. Can we change the time? And it literally cleared my whole 8-hour day just by me having that thought. So, and this
Yeah.
has been a week now, getting so very strong. I mean,
Yeah.
I have to be very careful what I think, because of this manifesting thing, like you have happened too, right, Amy?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, manifesting, it's hard for some people. It's a lot easier for some of us. But
Yep.
again, that's getting in touch with your spirituality and believing and having patience and understanding,
Yeah.
right? That's
And
all a part of it.
and
But
we
yeah,
do have to share with everyone here too, right? That you and I got to this place because we've done a lot of work on ourselves.
yeah,
We've
oh
done a
yes.
lot of work. So if you're watching this and this is new for you, it just doesn't happen overnight.
No,
You've got a lot of clearing to do, a lot of work, the mindfulness. I say to my clients, meditate.
Yes.
and get movement. Those are the two big things that I always say to people. And some of them are like, I don't can't do that, and they all make excuses. And I've got the coaching, the training background, and that experience where, what, I've walked that talk, and how this is working for you now, because I know what it does for you when you do it. So, if you're hearing Aimee and I telling you stuff, folks, that it's because we've been where you maybe are right now. Just it's kind of like you're like a little, like the seed is now coming through the ground, and like it's now new, a new whole world for you.
And then it
And
just becomes a
just
way of
right,
life.
exactly. Oh yeah, you know like
You do it without even thinking about it.
yeah,
Like when I'm stirring my coffee in the morning, I'm putting my good intentions for the day into that, and
yeah,
then I'm consuming it. It
right,
just becomes a day of life, a way of life. Everything you do, it ends up having a purpose. It may be a bit
yes,
daunting at first, but
yeah,
it becomes very easy. And I think that's because of that energy, and that it's peaceful, and
yes,
a calmness settles in you. So it comes a
hmm,
lot easier pretty
hmm,
quickly.
yeah,
But it is, you never stop learning. Never ever
right,
stop learning. We're always taking
right.
seminars. We're always listening to other people. We're always,
Yeah.
always learning. And that's also a key, is to never think that you know enough. Um,
Exactly. Yeah, we just when you think you know it all, something else happens. And I know for me, I haven't always been able to tap into past lives. And, this happens. Now what happens to me is when I go places, I mean, I've always had the ability to see in the future, but what happens to me now? Like I was down at the waterfront. I think I told you this. I was down the waterfront there a few weeks ago, just sitting by the water. I was journaling, and all of a sudden I blinked and my eyes showed me 100 years what the area is going to look like. And I never had that happen like that way. I'd have a dream or have a message, but it was literally changing in front of my eyes. And so, like, we're all at different places, but we're all growing. And, when things come to us, it means we're ready. So don't put the fear in, like, Aimee's been talking to you about, because it means you're ready. And, we're doing this call. I have got areas where you can get help. Aimee, I'm helping Aimee, and she's got some back stuff happening in the behind the scenes too, that she's going to be out there more.
yeah.
And she's going to wish I didn't walk through her door there the other day, aren't you?
Oh my goodness.
But, you
But
know,
yeah, so just, it's working on our energies, and absorbing them and feeling them, and having patience with ourselves, having
yes,
patience with others, having patience with ourselves. And just, spirit's not going to hurt us.
no,
There's
good.
no
I'm glad you
ill
added that.
intent to anything. So
Yeah,
it's always for our higher good. And
right.
what was I saying? The thing about messages, we all get messages.
We
Everybody's
do.
getting messages. It's,
Yeah.
how do we understand them?
Hmm.
Because does spirit speak English? We don't know.
Right,
So
right.
it's like the
Good.
pictures, the smells, all of those things. Just, it's being mindful and being
Mhm,
aware of your surroundings and the things that are
mhm,
happening, the things that you're feeling, and
mhm.
know that they're valid,
Right. And keep a
and
journal.
journaling
I
helps.
always say to people, keep a journal, because then when it happens again, "Oh, was that in my mind? Did I make this up?" But it was real. And that's how when you see consistency or things happening more, that you'll understand it. I keep a journal now, like I've always done that, but even more now, like with the more stuff that's happening for me.
Yeah,
Um,
because
you
spirit will
know?
send you validation, and then you trust yourself more, and you trust spirit
Mhm.
more. So it
Right.
all goes in together. Yeah.
Right. Now, so we're almost out of time.
Okay.
But what I want to ask you is, I know the big thing that everyone's asking, and I wanted to let you address this.
Okay.
So we're going to have the eclipse. When is the change going to get better?
Okay, so because we are ushering in this new energy of peace and calmness, And I keep saying we
Mhm.
have to have patience. It's not going to magically happen as soon as we wake up on April the 9th. Okay. There's been a
Oh,
lot of chaos and a lot of chaotic energy for quite a while. That doesn't go away overnight. What this eclipse is bringing in, it's sweeping away that energy, and it's ushering in this new energy. What we're going to start to see is people coming together,
mhm,
people being more compassionate to each other. The one message that I've been hearing over and over and over for the past couple months is,
mhm,
for one to succeed, we all must succeed. So,
mhm.
we have to help each other. Um,
Yeah.
Nobody can be above. It's very, we have to be very cooperative. We're entering into, I've been told we're entering into an age of understanding, um, and to remind us that we're not meant to be perfect. We are just
Right.
absolutely not meant to be perfect. We are meant to
Mhm,
be mindful and kind,
mhm,
have sympathy for each other, and just to
mhm,
go into every day and be a good person, be the best person that you can be.
mhm.
So, we all want to know, what is our reward for this? We're going to do all of this work. What are we going to get out
Yeah.
of it? What's in it for me? Because we're people
Yeah.
and we want to know what's in it for me.
Right.
So, as the vibration rises, Spirit's going to start giving us, I want to call it rewards.
Mhm,
Um, Secrets are going to start to be revealed to us. The higher our vibration is, the kinder we
mhm,
are, the more understanding we are, the less
mhm,
chaotic we are, the more
mhm,
spirit trusts us, because now we're trusting
mhm,
spirit. So more
mhm,
secrets are going to be revealed. There's going to be
mhm,
advancements in medical things,
mhm.
in spirituality. We're going to start to understand spirituality more. We're going to
Yeah.
understand the difference between the universe and space, and what is the
Mhm,
universe, and what is the
mhm,
universal energy, and how we can all tap into that.
mhm,
And we're going to be given the gift of mindfulness,
mhm.
understanding ourselves. The key to all of this is patience, though. Um, Again, Spirit has been very, very
Yeah.
patient with us. Now it's
That
our
I,
turn to.
I want to make sure you're all listening to how many times she's saying patience. So nothing comes out of this girl's mouth or mine so much that you don't ignore this, okay? Y'all have to have patience.
Yeah, we have to have patience with ourselves. We have to have patience with Spirit.
Right.
Nothing flows quickly.
Right.
Even water doesn't flow quickly.
Right.
So we are going to notice that the chaos is leaving, the low vibrational energy is leaving. We aren't going to feel so weighted down, and we're going to
Mhm.
notice a lot of things around us. Like I said, there's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of advancements that come to
Mhm.
us because
Mhm.
we're worthy. Basically, we're worthy of
That's right.
understanding what
Mhm.
is going to be going on, and not just
Mhm.
here in our little area. It's going to be, you know there's some things going on, like with the pyramids, and there's things
Yeah.
in the world that we don't understand because we haven't been able to, we haven't
Right.
been allowed to understand them.
Right.
As our mindfulness grows, and as
Mhm.
our trust grows,
Mhm.
um, a lot of things are going to start to be revealed to the world.
Mhm.
The medical things I'm actually very excited about,
Mhm.
and we're going to learn that it's not just medicine, but how we can heal ourselves, because we
Right.
were made to heal ourselves.
Yeah. And I can tell you that's what I did for myself because no offense to the medical and everybody, but I found it just wasn't working for me. And again, I don't want you just stop at all kinds of medicine and just think, oh, Sue London said this. Don't do that.
No,
You
blend the
know,
two.
like,
Blend the two.
right? Exactly. But, there was things that I did, and that's what I was guided, and I listened and I took the actions. And
Yeah,
I did a lot of work on myself.
yeah.
I
Because
just didn't get here overnight.
no, and medicine is
Mm.
knowledge that we have been given. So
Yeah,
medicine, science, that's all a gift that we've been given, the
right.
understanding of it. So it has to go hand in hand. Everything
That's right.
works together, and that's
Right.
another one of the secrets that's going to be revealed to us, is
Yeah.
how things work together, how the world
Hmm.
works together,
Hmm.
and how we have to be kinder to the earth in
Yes,
order to
yes,
see how it works
yes.
together.
Yes. Yeah, that's a really big one. I was getting that as well. That, don't throw that piece of paper out. Get it in the recycle. Don't. don't use that, or don't use that product, or watch that, that's harmful, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but you know what?
There's
I hope that like what Amy's telling you as you're watching this, I wanted to make sure, Aimee, you shared that part because there's a lot of people scared right now. And
very
we are going through a transition. And if you think about it, you're not the same person that you were as a little child. So you go through changes in your life. We're just at another change. And it's from take it from both of us. Like we have an amazing life, each of us, because we can connect. We get our butts kicked from the other side too, right, Aimee? We don't
absolutely
hide that,
all
right?
the time.
you know so and like we both live in such a beautiful world where sometimes people just are stuck in just focusing on that negativity, and this is where it's going to be a real thing, shift and change and so much
Right?
more.
Well,
yeah
as
y-
yeah,
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
as our vibrations rise, we don't
Yeah,
recognize that lower vibration.
right. Yeah,
And
exactly, right.
go
Like
going
that's
back to we
foreign.
don't hold on to it.
Right.
Let it flow through you. It's not yours to keep. It's not yours to hoard.
Right, exactly. Now, we have covered a lot. Like we're so to time, and you and I every time we get together, we always tell my husband Ross, go for a walk because we're going to be a while, and
Takes
he
a
knows,
while.
oh, Aimee and Sue together equals I better walk and I'm going to be a while. So um I hope that something that Aimee and I have shared with you will help you. Now, we are both here for you. Aimee, can you share your contact information with everyone? Because there's a lot of people, like I work with pets and the pet owner. Aimee works with the people. So Aimee is your spiritual teacher to help you, and she will love you, and she will kick your butt, but it will be in a loving way, I assure you.
Absolutely.
And you do sessions through Zoom,
I
right?
do, yes, I do sessions through Zoom.
Right.
So I can be reached at theridgevillewitch.ca.
Okay.
I have my Instagram is the Ridgeville Witch, and it
Okay.
also connects to my Facebook as well. So you can send me a message on that, and we can always set up a date and time. I can do it through Zoom, FaceTime, in person if you're around me.
Yeah. I don't think you're going
Lots
to
of
have
different
time to
ways.
be meeting people. You're going to be just like my schedule, right?
Yeah.
But so what we're going to do, folks, is everything that Aimee is sharing right now. If you missed it, I'm going to put it in the description area below the video so that you'll have that, and that you can see her website. You can connect with her because I mean, she's a great person. I love her to bits,
Thank you,
and
Sue.
she's
So
my
are
friend.
you.
We're like we mirror each other, right, Aimee? So if you know me and I'm telling you she's a good person, she's my friend, that tells you a lot. So much more is going to come from Aimee. One more time, give them your website address.
Theridgevillewitch.ca.
Perfect. So, guys, you've learned about what's going to happen on that day. Please do not hold on to fear. Watch your emotions, watch your words, watch your thoughts. Let's not make it any harder for pets. Get on the healing music, meditate, mindfulness. Am I missing anything, Aimee? I'm hearing rest
Um,
a lot for people.
yeah, drink lots of water.
Yeah,
If you can't be
yeah,
around water, drink lots of water.
yeah,
Water is movement. And of course, move yourself. If you can't do yoga, do some Tai Chi, dance around the house like there's nobody watching you. Just
that's
move
right.
yourself. Move yourself. And of
Right.
course, make sure your pets are safe.
Exactly. And again, I've said it before, that day I will be doing healing on the pets in the world. But, if there is an emergency for you, like with your pet, you can reach out to me through my email, which is sue@asksuelondon.ca. Okay, so if you have to reach out to me, that, there have been some emergency cases coming up, and I am available that day. I'm losing my voice, which never happens. So I guess they're telling me this is time to stop talking.
This is it.
And craziness, right, Aimee? Welcome to
Yes.
our world, people. Um, Aimee, I love you so much, my friend.
Thank you, Sue. I love you too. Thank you for having me. I love this.
See, and you were a girl that thought, oh, I can't do this stuff
I
talking,
know.
right?
Yes. Yes. I'm a very shy person.
Yeah. So you know what? This you're experiencing Aimee growing, and like I love you to bits, and you've got so much to share with the world. Guys,
Oh, thank
thank
you.
you for joining us.
I can't wait to
And
see you again
right. I'm sure it'll be soon.
soon.
Um, right. But if you've been joining us today, again, I'll have my details. You can see it all in the description area as well that you can connect to me. And that's it for this show. So, on behalf of my dear friend Aimee and myself, Sue, we both want to wish you much love and many blessings. And I'll see you again real soon.